a lone explorer. On a mission to reveal the grandeur of Saturn, its rings and moons.
NASA is saying the Voyager 2 probe is now in a space between the stars after exiting the sun's protective bubble, which is called the heliosphere.
NASA has spent billions sending machines into spaces, but none can boast the spectacular success recorded by Voyager 2.
Voyager 2 has taken a grand tour of our solar system. It's shown us incredible images and given us new insights into some of our cosmic neighbors.
For almost 50 years, this machine has provided unlimited data and made historical discoveries from space. But none of these compares to what it just saw at the edge of our solar system. How did Voyager 2 achieve this new mind-blowing feat? And what do its recent findings mean for space exploration? Stay tuned because these answers are about to be answered as we show you the most incredible discoveries made at the edge of our solar system. The true purpose of Voyager 2's existence. Don't be fooled by the name. Voyager 2 actually launched before Voyager 1 and has lived up to its reputation as the bigger brother in space. Voyager 1 left scientists heartbroken when it failed to measure the plasma near the sun due to a technical malfunction. Still, Voyager 2 proved its worth as a marvel of space technology by crossing into interstellar space and delivering groundbreaking data back to the ground control station. Thanks to Voyager 2, we now understand that the interstellar plasma is denser and cooler than expected. It also found a sharp drop in solar wind and a surge in cosmic rays, providing a clearer picture of the heliopause. Let's break that down. Heliopause is the boundary where the sun's influence ends. These discoveries have placed Voyager 2 ahead of Voyager 1 in space exploration. Keep watching for the shocking breakdown of how much we can learn with these enduring technologies. You definitely don't want to miss this. The Voyager missions began as a bold attempt to reach the furthest reaches of our solar system and beyond, and they quickly became our greatest achievements in space exploration. It all started in 1977, when NASA launched two small twin spacecraft.
Voyager has been making new discoveries and sending back pictures from space during a fantastic journey that began way back in 1977.
Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. And believe it, the goal was quite ambitious for that time. NASA wanted to study the outer planets, and if possible, travel into the space between stars. What started as a 5-year plan to visit Jupiter and Saturn became a journey of 50 years that redefined our understanding of the universe and the beauty of human ingenuity. The miracles of the Voyagers didn't start in space, they started right before launch. NASA discovered a rare moment allowing a single spacecraft to slingshot past Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune using their gravitational pull. If you want to understand how important that is, the alignment only comes once every 176 years. That is an opportunity that NASA engineers and astronomers couldn't afford to miss. The gravitational assist would save a lot of fuel and reduce travel time, helping the spacecraft to reach these distant worlds more efficiently. NASA engineers built a durable spacecraft powered by radioisotope thermoelectric generators, which provided a steady energy supply far from the sun. Voyager 1 and 2 were programmed to focus on Jupiter and Saturn, aiming to send back unprecedented close-up images and data about these massive planets and their moons. To ensure success, engineers had to resolve many technical issues. For instance, the spacecraft had to maintain precise alignment with Earth to communicate using the Deep Space Network, a global system of antennas designed to track and receive signals from distant missions. But there was one problem. Even the smallest miscalculation could lead to lost communication at such extreme distances. There is another shocker about the Voyagers. They could think for themselves in certain situations, and the reason for that is simple. They were equipped with autonomous systems that allowed them to make decisions at critical moments. For instance, the Voyager 2 could reorient its antennas back toward Earth if it drifted off course. Of course, we could call this artificial intelligence basic compared to modern versions. But trust me, it was revolutionary then, and crucial for the mission's success. There was another challenge for the Voyager, though. Imagine data transmission across space. Voyager 2 used a 3.7-meter high-gain antenna to send information back to Earth,
NASA says its Voyager 1 probe, the most distant human-made object in the universe, is sending usable information to Earth again.
But as it moved farther away, the signals became weaker and took longer to reach. Can you believe that Voyager 2 signals now take over 20 hours to reach Earth? NASA scientists had to develop highly sensitive equipment to decode these faint signals from the edges of the solar system as Voyager 2 ventured into interstellar space. Surprisingly, Voyager 2 made a shocking find near Saturn and Jupiter that has completely shocked the scientific world. Stay tuned for the interesting details. Shocking discoveries near Jupiter and Saturn. Voyager spacecraft approached Jupiter with a clear mission to investigate the largest planet in our solar system. Jupiter had caught the attention of astronomers for centuries, but sadly, much of what we knew about it was based on Earth-bound telescopes. Voyager changed that forever. By early 1979, Voyager 2 sent detailed images and data of this giant planet and its surrounding moons. What did it find in Jupiter? Voyager 2 caught powerful winds with speeds reaching hundreds of miles per hour and massive storms, including one that scientists named the Great Red Spot. To put it in better perspective, the Great Red Storm is larger than Earth, and amazingly, it has been raging for centuries. Voyager 2 provided the first clear image of this colossal tempest. The sheer energy and scale of the weather systems on Jupiter terrified even the most seasoned scientists. Little did NASA know that Voyager 2 had more shocking revelations ahead. For centuries, Jupiter and Saturn appeared like tiny points of light through telescopes, but the Voyagers brought the real full picture. They have active volcanoes like nothing humans had ever seen. Voyager 2 also discovered a moon in Jupiter called Europa. Unlike Io, it has an icy surface like a cracked frozen pond.
Europa is one of the moons of Jupiter. It's about the same size as our own moon, a little bit smaller, but it's so much different. It's an ice world.
According to some scientists, the pictures suggest there is a vast ocean under the ice, and it could support life. Before this discovery, we thought moons were static, barren objects. Jupiter's moons were alive with activity, volcanoes, frozen water, high-speed winds, and more. And the good news is that this is just the beginning. Voyager 2 had many more discoveries that will change everything you know about space. After completing the observations of Jupiter, Voyager 2 set its sights on Saturn, the second largest planet in our solar system. Although it came a little late, Voyager 1 had reached Saturn by late 1980, but the lateness was no big deal because it made discoveries that still rattle the space community. Before Voyager 2 flew past Saturn, people who watched through telescopes often viewed Saturn as a small world with a small ring circling it. But all that changed when Voyager 2 set cameras on it and transmitted vivid images of the planet back to the NASA Ground Control Station. First, the photos reveal that the rings were composed of countless ice particles, ranging in size from tiny grains to massive boulders. Voyagers also found beautiful patterns in the rings, including braids and spokes, created by the gravitational influence of Saturn's moons and Etic field. Another discovery that changed scientific thoughts was Enceladus. It is one of the smallest moons in Saturn, but despite its small size, Voyager 2 found evidence suggesting that Enceladus might have a liquid ocean under its icy crust.
The evidence indicates Enceladus has massive amounts of water and a powerful source of energy.
NASA scientists were so shocked by this discovery that they had to send another mission to confirm these suspicions, and boom. They found geysers of water vapor erupting from the surface of Enceladus. Voyager 2 instruments collected a treasure trove of data throughout its encounters with Jupiter and Saturn. Cameras captured images, while spectrometers analyzed the chemical composition of atmospheres and surfaces. Magnetometers measured the planet's magnetic fields, and plasma detectors studied charged particles streaming through space. The data collected were so useful that scientists could piece together a detailed understanding of these giant planets and their environments. And if you think the wonders of the Voyager are over, you are in for a shock, because next, we will expose everything it caught in Neptune and Uranus. Stay with us. Voyager 2's unbelievable discoveries in Uranus and Neptune. Voyager 2's journey did not end with Jupiter and Saturn. After leaving the ringed planet behind, the spacecraft set sights on Uranus and Neptune. For starters, both planets had never been closely observed before the launch of Voyager 2. Even though they appear on telescopes, the details are often limited and useless. No one could boldly explain these planets' composition, atmospheres, and moons.
Uranus and Neptune are the farthest planets in our solar system. We only visited them once, so we don't know much about them.
But the data Voyager 2 returned from these planets was groundbreaking. 1986, Voyager 2 became the first and only spacecraft to visit Uranus. As the spacecraft approached, it revealed a planet unlike any other in the solar system. Uranus appeared as a pale blue sphere. According to space experts, this color results from methane gas in its atmosphere absorbing red light and reflecting blue. But that wasn't the most important discovery. Voyager reveals that Uranus has an extreme axial tilt of nearly 90 degrees. What does that mean? The planet could spin on its side like a rolling ball. This unusual orientation created dramatic seasonal changes, with one pole facing the sun for decades before switching to the other. Voyager 2 also found that Uranus contained faint bands of clouds and occasional storms. Scientists were surprised by the weather patterns there because the internal heat was lower than experts had predicted on Earth. That wasn't all. The magnetic field of Uranus also left everyone speechless. Voyager 2 identified 10 new moons near Uranus, but NASA only knew of 5 before the mission. Among them, Miranda stood out as one of the most peculiar objects in the solar system. It has canyons, ridges, and craters. This means it has a history of violent geological activity like volcanic eruptions, quakes, and storms. Some leading scientists even believe that Miranda had been shattered and reassembled multiple times. After Uranus, Voyager 2 continued its journey to Neptune, where it arrived in 1989. The most important discovery made on Saturn was the wind speed. The CODs reached 1,200 miles per hour, the fastest ever recorded in the solar system. Unlike Uranus, Voyager found 6 new moons, including a very large one called Triton. Triton was a world of extraordinary interest, as it was the only large moon in the solar system that orbited its planet in the opposite direction of its rotation. Here is the cath. Although the data collected at Uranus and Neptune also expanded our understanding of the outer solar system, they are nothing compared to the data from the interstellar space. Prepare for a mind-blowing revelation just ahead. After exploring the outer planets, Voyager 2 set its course for interstellar space, becoming the first machines to cross the boundaries of our solar system. Voyager 1 crossed the space in 2012, and it took Voyager 2 another 6 years to reach there. Voyager 2 entered a space known as the heliopause. In simple terms, heliopause is the edge of the sun's protective bubble. It is full of plasma, magnetic fields, and cosmic rays from distant stars. Voyager's instruments measured these conditions directly, providing the first data of the environment between star systems. The Voyager is still there streaming data back to Earth, powered by nuclear generators. But here is something you have to know. Voyager 2 carries a record called the Golden Records. It contains sounds, music, and greetings from Earth, a symbolic message for any alien that might find the Voyager in outer space. Now, billions of miles away, Voyager 2 continues its silent journey, pushing the boundaries of space exploration and enhancing our understanding of the cosmos. Thank you for staying with us. It's quite easy to mention the Shard in London or the Commerzbank Tower in Frankfurt, but what if we told you that it's neither? Meet the Lakhta Center in St. Petersburg, Russia, a 462-meter tower built in the middle of nowhere. It is the tallest building in Europe, and it is taller than famous landmarks in Russia like the Empire State Building. Why did Russia choose to build this tall skyscraper in the middle of nowhere? To find out, join us as we reveal everything about this tall skyscraper. The tallest skyscraper in Europe. Skyscrapers have become icons of modern cities, rising tall in busy areas as symbols of progress, innovation, and the fast-paced life of urban centers. But among hundreds of others, the Lakhta Center in Russia is one to talk about because not only is its construction very uncommon, it is also mysterious. The answer to why Russia built it in the first place lies in the country's architectural roots, its ambition, and its evolving identity. To understand the story behind the Lakhta Center, we need to take a look at Russia's diverse architectural history. For centuries, Russian buildings have been more than mere structures. They've been statements of their innovations. Take the iconic onion domes of the Kremlin, or the breathtaking beauty of St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow. All these point to Russia's desire to leave a lasting mark on the world. But how symbolic are these structures to Russia? Stay tuned to find out. Whether through creative designs or grand scale, Russian architecture has always been bold, ambitious, and inspirational. This passion for monumental architecture didn't fade with the fall of the Tsars. During the Soviet era, it took on a new form. Under Joseph Stalin's leadership, Moscow saw the rise of the Seven Sisters, 7 towering skyscrapers that became symbols of Soviet power and supremacy. These structures weren't just about aesthetics. They were political statements, designed to project strength and establish the Soviet Union's place as a global superpower. Their towering presence screamed, "Look at what we can achieve." Fast forward to today, and this desire to build big hasn't disappeared, and the Lakhta Center is proof of it. Initially named Lakhta Center before being renamed to Lakhta Center, the center isn't just a tall building, it's a statement. The cost of the entire project was estimated to be 60 billion rubles, which equals $1.87 billion when converted. The construction of the building spanned a total of 6 years, from 2012 to 2018. When its doors officially opened in 2019, its futuristic design, with sharp angles and shimmering glass, reflected the image of a modern, ambitious Russia. The building houses the headquarters of Gazprom, Russia's energy giant, making it a hub of economic activity. By situating it on the outskirts of St. Petersburg, the project also avoids overshadowing the city's historic architecture, preserving the charm of its cultural landmarks while creating a new skyline. But one question looms large. Why build such a monumental structure on the outskirts of St. Petersburg, far from Moscow's economic and political core? While some argue that placing the Lakhta Center away from the city center was a strategic decision, the answer lies in strategic foresight. Gazprom's decision to relocate its headquarters to St. Petersburg wasn't just about geography, it was about redefining the city's role in Russia's economy. Traditionally seen as a cultural hub, St. Petersburg was being positioned as a center for business and innovation, with the Lakhta Center acting as the catalyst for this transformation. Its location on the shores of the Gulf of Finland allows for stunning views and makes it visible from miles around. Just as the Seven Sisters once represented Soviet might, the Lakhta Center stands as a beacon of a new era. It tells the world, look at what we've built, look at what we can do. And while it may seem out of place now, perhaps in time, the city will grow around it, turning this architectural marvel into the centerpiece of a new urban hub. The Lakhta Center raises an important question. Is it simply a building, or is it a bold vision for Russia's future? Whether you see it as a misplaced monument or a strategic move, one thing is certain, it's impossible to ignore. The gleaming glass structure, designed to resemble a flame, embodies both Russia's historical connection to fire as a symbol of life and energy, and its ambitions to fuel future growth. By building in St. Petersburg, Gazprom hoped to spark development in the surrounding area, turning it into a thriving business district. With how magnificent the Lakhta building is, what exactly is the significance? Keep watching to find out. The significance and structure of the Lakhta Center. The Lakhta Center was designed to represent the duality of modern Russia, a nation that honors its past while reshaping its identity for the 21st century. At its core, the Lakhta Center is a reflection of Russia's journey. It represents a nation moving from a history defined by political and cultural strength to a future characterized by technological innovation and economic power. By constructing this towering structure, Russia signals its determination to not just participate in the global conversation, but to lead it. What truly sets the Lakhta Center apart, however, is its extraordinary structure and design. The tower's engineering is nothing short of remarkable, especially given the challenges posed by its location in one of the world's harshest climates. The foundation required an incredible 20,000 cubic meters of concrete, marking the largest continuous pour ever recorded. This solid base allows the skyscraper to withstand the fierce winds and freezing temperatures of St. Petersburg, ensuring stability and durability. The building's unique twisting design is more than just an aesthetic choice. Its spiral shape helps reduce wind loads, and this feature is important for a structure of this height in a climate known for strong gusts. This innovative design not only ensures the building's safety, but also gives it an iconic silhouette that dominates the skyline. The facade, made of over 16,500 curved glass panels, also enhances the building's functionality. These panels are designed to maximize energy efficiency, reducing heat loss during the cold Russian winters and making the Lakhta Center a model of sustainability. Gazprom, Russia's energy giant, envisioned the skyscraper as the heart of a new business and residential district, drawing both local and international attention. If successful, this development could transform the surrounding area into a bustling hub of activity, attracting businesses, residents, and tourists alike. This approach is modeled after other successful urban developments around the world, like the Shard in London or the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. The long-term success of the Lakhta Center depends on more than just the tower itself. The development of the surrounding area will be necessary in determining whether it becomes a thriving center of economic growth or remains an isolated monument. This challenge is similar to those faced by other iconic skyscrapers around the world, but there are mixed reactions from locals of St. Petersburg and others concerning the Lakhta Center, and you won't believe how serious they are. Criticism of the Lakhta Center. The Lakhta Center, despite its architectural marvel and ambitious vision, has not been without its share of criticism and mixed reactions. Among the residents of St. Petersburg, opinions about the skyscraper are deeply divided, with some embracing its towering presence as a sign of progress, while others question its practicality and relevance. One of the major criticisms of the Lakhta Center is its location. Built on the outskirts of St. Petersburg, far from the city's historical and cultural heart, the skyscraper feels disconnected from the urban fabric. Many residents argue that the skyscraper stands out like a sore thumb, disrupting the historical aesthetic of St. Petersburg, a city known for its classical architecture. The city's UNESCO World Heritage status requires that any new development be carefully evaluated to preserve its historical character. To some, the Lakhta Center stands in sharp contrast to the Baroque and neoclassical architecture that defines the city's timeless charm. This isolation has increased skepticism about the broader vision for the Lakhta Center. Critics question the feasibility of transforming the surrounding area into a bustling economic zone. While the tower was envisioned as the core of a new business district, progress on this front has been slow. The underdeveloped surroundings, with limited infrastructure and activity, raise doubts about whether the ambitious plans for the region can be realized. For many, the towering skyscraper feels more like an oversized monument to ambition rather than improving the country's economic growth. Practicality is another major concern. While the Lakhta Center is undoubtedly a feat of engineering, some argue that its scale and design are excessive for its intended purpose. Critics point out that its primary tenant, Gazprom, could have achieved the same corporate goals with a less extravagant structure. The large budget to build and maintain this massive skyscraper has led to debates about whether the resources could have been better allocated to address pressing urban issues, such as infrastructure improvements or affordable housing, or even proper transportation access. Environmental concerns have also been raised. The construction and maintenance of such a massive building in a cold climate requires a high amount of energy resources, which is seen to be against the growing global emphasis on sustainability. While the Lakhta Center boasts energy-efficient features, critics question whether these measures are enough to remove the environmental impact of constructing and making use of such a skyscraper of this scale in a harsh environment. The Lakhta Center's visual dominance has also sparked controversy. St. Petersburg is well known for its historical architecture, with a skyline defined by elegant domes and spires. The ultra-modern, flame-inspired design of the Lakhta Center stands in stark contrast to this heritage, leading some to argue that it disrupts the city's aesthetic harmony. For those who cherish St. Petersburg's traditional charm, the the skyscraper feels like an unwelcome intrusion, out of step with the city's architectural identity. The mixed reactions also extend to how the Lakhta Center reflects on Russia's priorities. Some view it as a symbol of modernity and progress, but others see it as a misguided attempt to assert global prominence. Critics argue that such grand projects often place importance on spectacle over substance, serving as symbols of ambition rather than addressing practical needs or improving quality of life for the city's residents. The tension between the Lakhta Center's vision and reality is very obvious in the slow pace of economic development around the tower. While the building is said to have a potential to attract businesses and innovation, the lack of immediate progress since its opening has left many questioning whether the high goals attached to it will ever be achieved. Critics also warn that the Lakhta Center risks becoming an isolated monument, which will end up becoming disconnected from the economic importance it was supposed to generate. Despite these criticisms, the Lakhta Center has received lots of praise for its impressive design and construction. It has also won several architectural awards, and supporters of the building see the skyscraper as proof that Russia can compete globally, not just in politics or sports, but also in architectural designs. Although the Lakhta Center stands tall on the St. Petersburg horizon, it can be said that its future is still uncertain. Will it end up becoming a new business district, or will it just remain as a tall building standing apart from the city? Only time will tell. Antarctica, often perceived as a desolate and barren land, holds within its icy depths several secrets that continue to baffle even the most knowledgeable scientists. From the existence of a lost continent to the presence of hidden tunnels, this frozen desert remains veiled in secrecy. Now, Joe Rogan has just exposed 20 shocking discoveries in Antarctica that could change history. Join as we unravel these mysteries. Number 20. Recovered satellite data reveals lost continent. As of January 2024, a satellite tracking website called Orbiting Now has reported over 8,377 active satellites orbiting the Earth. These satellites play a vital role in gathering information about our planet's clouds, oceans, land, and air. They also enable in-flight phone communications and play a vital role in connecting rural areas. However, an intriguing discovery emerged from a gravity mapping satellite. In 2018, researchers examining data from a satellite that had been inactive for 5 years stumbled upon remarkable findings that reshaped our knowledge of Antarctica's geological and geographical history. The discovery was made possible by the Gravity Field and Ocean Circulation Explorer (GEOCE) satellite, launched by the European Space Agency in 2009. Over 4 years, the GEOCE satellite meticulously mapped Earth's gravity field until its intentional destruction. Joe Rogan found it astonishing that this satellite contained gravity images that revolutionized our understanding of Antarctica. The new data provided further evidence that India, Australia, and Antarctica were once part of the same landmass called Gondwana, a subsection of the supercontinent Pangaea, over 180 million years ago. Today, remnants of this ancient continent lie hidden beneath Antarctica, presenting an unparalleled opportunity for exploration and the potential discovery of invaluable information. Number 19. Mystery of the Blood Falls, finally solved. Amongst the weirdest things that have been discovered in Antarctica, this might be the most shocking sight. The Blood Falls, mystery in the frozen continent's McMurdo Dry Valleys, has intrigued scientists for years. This crimson body of water, surrounded by white ice, has finally revealed its secret. Millions of years ago, as the Antarctic region changed, flooding occurred, forming lakes and pools. Cooling temperatures led to the formation of glaciers, trapping the water beneath layers of ice. Devoid of oxygen and isolated from the atmosphere, the water became rich in iron and highly salty. The iron oxidation in the brine, similar to rusting, gives it a striking crimson color. While the mystery of the Blood Falls hue has been unraveled, scientists acknowledge that much remains to be learned about the Blood Falls phenomenon.
Researchers also discovered iron-rich brine in the water, which oxidizes as soon as it makes contact with the oxygen in the air. This causes the waterfall to turn a red color.
Number 18. A wallet lost 53 years ago. You probably have lost your wallet at least once, but imagine losing it on a frozen planet with strange ties to Mars. Well, that's precisely what happened to retired Navy meteorologist Paul Grisham. After 53 years, workers on the White Continent contacted him, claiming they had found his wallet. So, how did it end up there? Let's go back over half a century ago when Paul was stationed in Antarctica during Operation Deep Freeze. From 1967 to 1968, he provided logistical support to civilian scientists on the continent. Which of the Voyager's discoveries do you find most amazing? Share your opinions with us in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click the following video on your screen and you will enjoy it.